Well, good morning. It's great to see you. Welcome back to the shop, where today we are going to be installing a misting system, not on my patio or porch, but on my air conditioning unit outside, on the air handler outside. And I got the idea from this product right here. I like the concept. I like the product. What I didn't like was the price. I felt like I could probably do that for a whole lot less. I felt like I could probably get the same result by incorporating a solenoid into the system that turns the actual fan on and off. Now, like I said, I came across this idea probably about a year ago when I was online, just sort of browsing. And ever since then, I've been sort of noodling around in my head exactly how I would put something like that together myself. And so this is what I came up with. So this solenoid, which I picked up online for, around $31, maybe $32 or $33, controls the flow of water using electrical current. It is normally closed, meaning that if there is no electrical current going to it, it is closed and water cannot flow through. You see the arrow there. Water enters this side and exits this side if there's an electrical current. If there's not an electrical current, it can't get through. So my idea is that I can wire this up so that when the fan unit goes on in the air conditioner, the electrical current for that can be tied into this, which would open that up and start this process. That's the theory anyhow. So that's the first piece I got. The next major component is this misting cooling system that, again, I picked up online for I think $17 or $18, and it basically comes complete. It's 25 feet of line, and every few feet are already installed these misting nozzles. This comes with some ties here that'll be handy to tie to the grate on the outside of my unit. It also comes with a connection already installed that will go right on this. So there's no need for me to put anything together. I could basically just put this in place and attach it to the outside of my unit, attach a garden hose to this other side, and hook up the electrical. Finally, I went to the hardware store. I picked up this toggle switch. I don't necessarily want to get inside the air handler and connect and disconnect this every time I want to turn it off. I only really want to use this a few hours a day during the hottest part of the day, because I don't think we're going to get quite the bang for our buck, if you will, by having this thing run during the night when it's already cool, or in the evening or in the early morning when it's really just not that hot. So I want to turn it off, be able to turn it off during those times, and all of these pieces together add up to less than $60, or about half the price of the turnkey cooling piece that I saw online. I've got to put it all together, and as I said, the piece that you saw online is turnkey. You get it out of the box, you put it on your air handler outside, hook it up to the water, and off you go. So we're going to put this together, see that it works, and then we'll go from there. As far as any tools that I think I might need, you see it right in front of you. But that's about it, as far as I can tell. So the very first thing I'm going to do is install this switch. To do that, I'm going to cut this wire here, and then I'm going to just peel back a little bit of the insulation. All right, you can twist these together, but I'm just going to put a couple of these connectors here. All right, I got that done using a couple of connectors and a crimper. Just happen to have that in there rather than twisting them together and kind of making a mess of it. The next thing I'm going to do is wrap this these entire two wires all up in electrical tape, just to protect it from the elements. Obviously, with the misting, it's going to be wet. I'd like to protect, we've got some exposed wire there. I'd like to protect it as much as possible. This is just a temporary setup until I kind of proven to myself that it works and it's something I want to keep around. Certainly, if I'm going to make it permanent, I'll put something a little bit more substantial in place, like some conduit, something like that. But let's get to wrapping this up, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right, I got that all wrapped up, literally, and we're going to grab our stuff and head out to the unit, see if we can't start putting this stuff on. All right, I've got the back of the unit off so that we have access to the relays and switches where we're going to hook this electrical up, and you can see the power is off. Got the hose in. Water's going to flow through this hose, through there, and out this side. So I'm just tightening up these pieces. That should do it there. And, you know, honestly, I'm not real sure. Oh, what a tangled mess. I'm not real sure where I'm going to put this unit here. I don't necessarily want it close to the electrical box. I may put it over on this side, and maybe over on the other side there, because I think we've got enough room. So let me go around here. Yeah. Okay, I've got that all hooked up. We'll get around and take a look at the wiring there in a second, but I've got my on-off switch. It's now on off. As you can see, the fuse is still out. Power's off. I've got the solenoid unit up on a stake here, just zip tied in place, and then I've got the misting system just sort of zip tied in place. I put 2 nozzles on 3 of the sides and 1 nozzle on the back. Got a couple extra nozzles as well if I want to put one on the back here. I haven't cut them to length. That's why you see all these curly cues and pieces of hose stuck in, because I'm not exactly sure I want to put these things, whether I want to add more or less. And I don't want to cut the hose, because I can always cut it shorter, but I can never cut it longer if I need it. Let's turn this thing on and see how it's working. I've got to turn the water on here a little bit, and let's see. We'll turn the we'll put the fuse back in. Like I said, we'll put the fuse back in. There it goes. The unit kicks on. Now, we've got these 2 leads, one going on this side of the contact and one going on the other side of the contact, just alligator clipped in. I don't want to make them permanent, at least not yet, maybe not ever, we'll see. And then I've got my on-off switch here, and that's on off right now. So we're going to turn it on and see what happens here. And there we go. We can see the mist is on here, and it's being pulled in, sucked in, just like I had hoped it would be. And that coverage actually seems pretty good with 2 nozzles on a side. Go around this side to see what it looks like. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We might need more, so I may be adding some, but we've got both of them on that side are working, both of them on this side are working, both of them on this side are working, and the one in the back is working as well. So I'm going to put the cover on this thing. Yeah, so here we are right outside by the air handler. As you can see, the misting system isn't on. But I've got my digital thermometer here, and it says that it's 92.7. And just kind of ducked into the shade there a little bit. 92.1, 91. Yeah, without the sun directly on the thermocouple, it's 90 degrees in the sun, and this air over here is in the sun. It is, you know, again, just a little over 90 degrees. So I'm going to call it 90 degrees here. I'll go check to see what the temperature is coming out of the register just on the other side of that window right there. Okay, so we are inside now, and I've got the thermometer probe in this register right here, and it's been there for a little while, and we're showing an output temperature at the register of 55.8. So again, with the air handler running and no misting system on, the temperature is 55.8 coming out of the register. Now I'm going to go outside and turn the misting system on and see what, if any, difference that might make. All right, I'm flipping this on. We'll go back inside. We see the mist starting on all sides here. We'll go back inside and check our thermocouple and see what, if any, difference that makes. Okay, we've gone outside. We've turned the misting system on. You can see it working out there, being drawn in. And it was on for a little while with the air handler off, and the air handler kicked in. We've given it about 5 or 6 minutes to get going and bring the air temperature at the register down. And currently we're reading 53.1. And again, our probe is just stuck in the register right there by the window. So we're at 53.1, and I don't know what it was before, 55.6, something like that. So it seems to have had some kind of impact. Not huge, but a couple of degrees, and certainly measurable. And that's going to help. That's going to help cool the house down faster, so the air handler and the whole unit doesn't have to work as much. So I would say that it's having an effect. Now down to 52.9. We're out here at the unit again, and I want to do just one thing, just another measurement. I want to see how much current is being drawn to the unit with the misting system on and with the misting system off. So I came out here, I turned the misting system off, so it's not doing anything to help with the cooling at this point, and I'm going to just test the amps. And so the way I do that is I test one leg, which is this black wire here that's coming in from the house, which is essentially coming from the grid, and then I test the amps or current coming from the other leg, which is the red wire, and then I add them together for the total amperage. Okay, I've got my clamp meter here, and we're going to measure the amps going into the unit from our power source in the house, from the grid. So the first thing we're going to do is the first leg. We put this around here, and that reads at 12.7, 12.8. Call it 12.8. And then we're going to put it around the next leg, the other leg, and that reads 12.8 as well. So something around 25.6 amps going in. Now we're going to turn the misting system on and see if that does anything in terms of how much current is being pulled into the unit to meet the demand. So I've just let it go for maybe a minute or two, and I'm going to clamp you can do the same thing, clamp the black leg, and we're at 11.9, 12.0. And on the red leg, oh, there we go, wasn't close. And on the red leg, we're also at 12.0. So let's do some quick math. So before the misting system was on and we measured it, I believe it was 12.8 on one leg and 12.8 on the other, so that adds up to 25.6 total amps being drawn into the unit to power it. Once we turned the misting system on, they were both essentially both legs were 12 amps, which is 24 amps. That's a difference of 1.6 amps just by simply turning the misting system on. And quick math in the back of my head says that's about 6%. It's a 6% reduction in power just by turning the misting system on. That's huge when you're talking about over the course of a month. If I could reduce my power consumption, if I could reduce my electric bill by 6%, I'd really be happy. Now I don't know that that's going to be the case, because this isn't always going to be on, and this isn't the only power that's being drawn by the house. There are other power draws in the house, my refrigerator, for example, my electric water heater, the dryer. There are other big sucks, but this is a big part of that. This is probably the biggest power consumer of the household right here. So if I can reduce the power draw of that by 6% simply by turning on a misting system, and I'm all for it. And as far as folks saying that, well, yeah, but now you're using extra water, I've calculated this water use at about 50 cents a day, and I think that if I can reduce my power consumption by 6% in this unit, it's going to equal a lot more than 50 cents. So clearly I think it's worth it. All right, friends, I think that is going to do it for this project, and I think we can call this a win. Clearly, we've demonstrated that putting the misting system in place helps reduce the temperature of the air coming through the vents by a couple of degrees, so I would call that a success. And it also helps reduce the power consumption of the unit. By turning the misting system on, we get an automatic, almost instantaneous reduction in the power that is being used by the unit by almost 6%. And I think that's going to be the bigger factor in this. I think for me, one of the bigger questions with this is not so much does the misting system work and is it effective, but what's the most effective delivery system? The system out there that's in place already that has the paddle arm that activates the system. The more I use this system, the more I appreciate the simplicity of that system. It's mechanical. It's not electrical, and so there's no getting inside the wiring of the air handler here and having to set that up. It's simply a mechanical device. When you talk about the price of that, and again, that was one of my bigger issues. At $120, I don't know that you can do it a whole lot cheaper than that. I put probably about $60 or $70 into putting this together, and I had to do it all myself, and I had to wire it up, whereas that system is turnkey. So is my little iteration of this a better solution? I don't really know. At best, it's probably a wash. Certainly if you're interested in putting this misting system in place and you just want to put one in place, I think that's not a bad solution at all. I'm going to put a link in the description. You can check them out online. Again, it's just a turnkey system, probably take about 15 minutes to install, where this probably took me the better part of the day to put together and then to test, obviously. But it takes some doing to put together. I enjoy it, not a problem for me, but I think for a lot of folks who are interested in this, that turnkey system might be the better solution. So enough about that. I think it's time to close this out. Listen, if you found this entertaining and informative, we certainly would appreciate you giving us a like. We'd love to have you subscribe, and please feel free to leave a comment. We'd love to have your input. So I appreciate, again, you stopping by, keeping me company, and we will see you in the next one.